All right, so welcome back to video number 6. We're going to talk about ad creatives. I talked about the strategies. Now you understand all of the strategies. Let's dive in, talk about how to create your ad, how to create a high converting ad. And then, of course, after that, you can use all this information to start your campaign. So you're almost there in terms of understanding the basic fundamentals and concepts. Let's talk about sizes. Different networks will definitely have different sizes of ads, different requirements, such as Facebook will have more stricter requirements versus other networks. But when it comes to sizes across the board, 300 by 250 or a square tends to convert quite well. So you definitely want to utilize that space as much as you can. Let me show you what you should put in your ads so that you don't really have to think about this too much. Depending on the different stages of the different buying process that somebody is in, this is what you want to do. So I split up into two different sections. The first section is going to include brand awareness, interested in your products, and of course, researching and asking questions. Now, depending on the stage that somebody is in, if you can really figure out what stage they are in, so for example, they go to your blog and you have an FAQ page, you could fire a different campaign pixel on that page versus the other pages. So the reason why I say stage is because it's just easier to sell somebody if you really know what stage that they're in. Now, if you use the pre-selling strategy, it really takes away the need to guess in the stages. But if you know that they're in the brand awareness stage, then you can just use an ad that has a logo plus your company name or your website name. And that's it. And just bring them back. If they are interested in your products, you really need to know what product that they're interested in. So you might need to create several segments for different products. All right, so you really need to know what product that they landed on. So you don't want to create a campaign for different products. So unless your product is very, very similar. So if your product is like, you're selling a microphone, for example. If you have a hardware company and you sell a microphone and then you sell something like a digital recorder, then you don't want to bundle them all together into one ad. You want to separate them, because when somebody looked at your microphones, they may have not looked at your digital recorders or your other products, but they remember your microphones. So that's what you need to do. And then of course we have the researching and questions phase. That's when somebody is just, before they're actually making a buying decision, they're doing their research, they're making sure that they have all their ducks in a row to make sure that they know that they really want to buy your product. So to help them out, what you can do is you can create ads with tips and advice to answer questions. Now, obviously, you won't know the exact question that they have, but you could use the pre-sale strategy, create a freebie around the tips and advice, and so forth. So you could do something like the top 7 different reasons why you should buy a USB microphone. So if you know where they stand, it's going to be a lot easier to sell to them and increase your conversions, right? All right, so moving along, we go into this area here, which is the buying decisions and competition research. So at this point of the phase, they are ready to buy. They want to buy the product, but they're not sure about buying it from you or buying it from your competitor. So what you could do is you could provide an ad with special discounts or coupons to attract potential buyers. Or you could send them to a comparison chart that compares you and your competitors. Because basically what you're trying to do is differentiate yourselves versus your competitors. And then of course we have back-end customers. They are often overlooked, but they're easier to sell to. You don't want to use too many retargeting ads like I talked about earlier. You probably want to stick to creating ads to similar products or discounts to your customers only. So you could say customers only ad in the ad. You could say customers only discount coupon code here for this product, get such and such percentage off. So that's what I would do in terms of ads. Now, in terms of increasing your conversions when utilizing coupons and coupon retargeting, what you can do is this. Special discounts will increase your conversions. In terms of your ads and the graphics and so forth, what I found is there's really no need to make your ads fancy for coupons. But what really draws the click in terms of your ad is using a dotted line around your coupons to signify coupons like this. So nothing fancy. You can easily create this very, very fast. Create an ad, put this around the edges and the border, and then of course put your ad, the discount off, the coupon code if possible, and of course the product. Now, when it comes to outsourcing your ad creation, you can either do it yourself or you can outsource it. The reason why I outsource it is because I would rather focus on creating campaigns, tracking, and selling and promoting my business versus creating ads. Now, I'd recommend Odesk or Fiverr.com as great places to find ad creators. But if you want to do it yourself, I would highly recommend a site called GraphicRiver.net. They have a lot of great banner templates, ad templates, coupon templates that you can just grab and plug and play. It's just quick and easy, really, really fast. And they also have images as well. So with that said, let me go ahead and show you these sites so you know exactly what to do next. All right, so what I recommend that you go ahead and do is if you want to outsource the banner creation, you can either go to odesk.com, create an account, log in, and then of course, if you go under find freelancers, you can type in banner creator. Just a quick run through. If you click on 4 to 5 stars, you can kind of sift out the good freelancers. Hourly rate, I generally try to stick with somebody who charges something from $5 to $20. And of course, click on more options. I choose at least 1 hour. That means somebody who has actually done work on Odesk. And then, of course, who has been active within the last 2 weeks. And then, of course, from that point, I generally do fluent. I found working with independents are easier than agencies. And then, of course, there you go. So now we got 163 freelancers. What you have to do now is just click on these profiles and then, of course, look at their portfolios and see whether or not it fits what you want. So this is good if you want to have somebody else create it for you so that you can focus on your other work. And generally what I do is I'll create a project, like a fixed price project, and I'll test a few people and see how well they do. And out of, let's say, 2 or 3 people who do the initial project or the initial banner for different campaigns, I pick and choose the best person. So that's one way of going about that. If you go to Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com, this is another great way to outsource banners. Now keep in mind, that with Fiverr, you don't really know exactly the person that you're dealing with. They may do good work, but people come and go on Fiverr. They don't really stay around. With Odesk, it's a little more long term and consistent. It may cost a little more money, but with Fiverr, it's just easier if you just want something done right away. So, what I'd recommend that you do is go to the site, type in the keyword create banner. You can do create ad. I haven't had really good success with that, but type in create banner. And of course, over here, delivery time, you can do any, but you can specify like up to 3 days. So if you can want something right away, you can do up to 24 hours or up to 3 days. Generally speaking, I do up to 3 days because up to 7 days is just too long. And of course, you got seller levels. Basically, the way this works is Fiverr has top rated seller as like the top. And then of course, level 2 is better than level 1 and so forth and so forth. So it goes this way. So what I could do is say, okay, I only want people who are top rated sellers, level 2 and level 1, and they speak English. So from that point, what I do is if you put your mouse over, you'll notice that you'll be able to see how many reviews each person has. In other words, how many sales that they've actually made. And what you want to look for is just open up as many as possible. So I'm just opening this up. And then what I do is I generally go through and I make sure that their reviews are good. So this person has 98%, which is good. And I go through and take a look at their banners, what they have done before, so I can get an idea of whether or not this will fit me well. So I'd recommend doing the same thing, like going through here and seeing what kind of experience that they have. So this person primarily has logos. So if I want to create an ad that wasn't a logo, that might not work. You generally want to pick somebody who can do banners across the board, all of your banners, not just one different stage. So once you pick and choose that person, what I recommend that you do is just order from them, try them out, see if they work well, and go from there. Now, for those of you who are do-it-yourselfers, you can go to graphicriver.net. As you can see here, graphicriver.net. You go to the site, and you can go to Web Elements and go to Banners and Ads. Now, if you really know what you're looking for, you can just type in these results in the search box. But as you can see here, you have different types of banner ads. I love the site because it's just super easy to get things up and running fast. So as you can see, you just put your mouse over and you can see a preview of what the ad looks like. So you could just get an ad that's pinpointed specifically towards your niche. So let's say, for example, I wanted a coupon ad. You can see that these ads are pre-made and they're just easily plug and play. So let's say, for example, that I wanted to do a retargeting campaign just for customers only. And I was doing some sort of seasonal thing such as Christmas. So what I could do is use this one here. Let's see, they got a 300 by 250, which is convenient. I can just go ahead and download this, grab this, and then of course I can customize it. I could say customer only discount, or Merry Christmas customer discount, or customer only discount, 50% off, buy it now. And now you notice that it does have the dotted lines around it. You could create this yourself if you want to. So you could use something like Snagit, or you can use something like paint.net, or even Adobe Photoshop just to create a graphic. Doesn't really have to be pretty at all. In fact, you can test it out. It's something that's not pretty and that's just made with no graphics would work as well. It doesn't look as salesy. and in your face. So that's just something to keep in mind if you want to do things yourself. Or you can do that, or you find it and give it to your freelancer to do it as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's it. Let's move on to the next video and start implementing what we have learned.